son. Where'd you find this?
Just do it! Make your dreams come true!
A few moments later.
You are now listening to Podcast 42, the world's most popular, inaccurate, and sometimes squirreled retelling of pop culture history.
I understand that everybody judges me. I've just come to accept it at this point.
Did you figure out how to use this yet?
No, but I mean, hopefully at least it sounds good.
So what you're saying is it might be recording and it might not be.
Who knows? We'll find out.
But at least I'm not spilling beer everywhere.
Welcome to Podcast 42.
This
Again.
Yes, again, because apparently we didn't press buttons, or we did press buttons, so welcome!
Hi!
My name is James Duncan.
I'm Nicole Fasone.
I'm JL Chos.
And I'm Gary Winograd again.
As you can hear, Chris DeVos is locked away somewhere in a dungeon, not allowed to play it this week.
And we have to fight a dragon to get him back, so stay tuned for next week to hear how that battle goes.
So, without Chris being here, we're going to be original and go completely off the cuff. You know what we're going to do?
What?
Open the beer cooler!
Yay,
Oh,
beer!
different stuff. All right.
JL Beer Cooler, it's cooler than you think. JL Beer Cooler, it's cool enough to drink. It's cool enough to drink, yeah.
So, we got a nice donation from Keely.
Woohoo! Thanks, Keely.
Yeah, she went on a nice trip to Georgia over in Savannah and brought us some Hoplin IPA from Southbound Brewing Company.
Sounds like a brewing company that comes right from Stuckey's on 95.
It probably did.
It says, life's a trip, head southbound. That's what the tagline is. And it's a very green can.
Yes, which Chris gave the label rating of 4. Which I think he did because the hops are a microphone. There we go. But that was, he wanted to be involved. So with Chris being away, this week is going to be a lot. We are going to play trivia. But we're not playing American trivia. We are playing the English pub quiz.
Oh, boy. English pub. Where's that from?
From the English pub?
Yes.
That's from England. That's
Yeah.
where the English pubs are.
Perfect.
So basically, with that regard, if you want to play along, the answer sheets, not the answer sheets, the question sheets will be uploaded, and you can play along if you really want to. If you want to pause us and download it and play, or just write down the answers, we don't care.
As long as you come back and finish listening to the episode, because obviously that's the most important part. How else will you get the answers?
And find out who wins.
Who's going to
Yeah.
win?
It's not
So
gonna be
this
me.
is, you know who's going to
Spoiler
win?
alert.
Someone who's left-handed.
What?
That would be me.
That would be me.
I'm left-handed. Are all
You-
three of us
three-
left-handed?
Yes,
So
we are.
it's going to be a three-way tie?
So how
Oh,
the hell
I've
are we
heard
gonna
there's a
write?
killer tiebreaker.
There is a killer tiebreaker, but that's for later. So, being said, let's get started.
Okay.
Welcome to the first official Podcast 42 Pub Quiz.
2018.
Hosted by me, James Duncan. So, round one. Being as it's an English pub quiz, it's English questions.
Are there like rules I need to know for this?
Yes, the rules are as follow. 1 point for a correct answer.
No one talks about Fight Club.
Half a point if you make me laugh when you answer the question, and 0 is if you're wrong and don't make me laugh, Nicole.
And no one talks about Fight Club.
Exactly. So, round one, English questions. Obviously, I'm English. You can hear that. I'm going to ask you some
That's not
questions.
what round one is called.
What
You have
do
to
you-
say it properly.
Well, then tell us what round one.
Round one is
The British are coming! The British are
coming!
coming! Which I yell every 4th of July when James enters a room.
So, number one, question one, being a quiz about pubs. Why are pubs called pubs? Answers, go. And at this point, Chris, once they write the answers, you can cut and go back to it. That's why you're going to have a 2-hour-long episode. I love you.
Sorry, Chris.
All right. That was being a pub quiz. Why are traditional pubs called pubs?
Okay.
All right. Question number 2. Name all 4 of the Teletubbies. And if you can think of a comedic 5th Teletubby and make me laugh, you'll get half a point. Remember that one. So that was name all 4 of the Teletubbies. Hi, Chris. I'm stroking your face right now. You don't even know. Alrighty, kids. Question number 3. Name the current Prime Minister of England. Remember, 1 point if you're right, half a point if you make me laugh, and 0 if you're wrong. Alright, on to question number 4. England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales make up the UK, but which country is not featured on the Union Jack? So question 4 again. England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales make up the UK, but which country is not featured on the Union Jack? And that's the flag. Do you know that?
What was it?
England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales make up the UK, but which country is not featured on the Union Jack? Tina's in the house!
It says taffy butt on my thing.
Alright, question number 5. What is the last... Oh, sorry. Even I fuck up my own kind of script. This is great. What is the last name of the royal family? Question 5. What is the last name of the royal family? Oh, yeah. You think this was going to be easy this week, kids? Oh, no.
I would have had more to drink before this.
Exactly. Alright, take a deep breath, kids. Question number 6. Name 3 Premier League soccer teams.
Okay, all right.
So name 3 Premier League soccer teams. And if you didn't know, I like soccer a lot, so, you know.
Do we get partial points?
Maybe.
Half point if you make him laugh.
Maybe.
I remember there was one that I was supposed to root
I'm going to make sure to put...
That was supposed to piss you off, and I can't remember what
I'm going to put down ours and one other.
Come on, Cole. You live with me.
Can I put, like, the abbreviations that they say in the corner?
No, because this is going to be the only question I'm going to get points for probably this entire round.
Okay, anyway, go on.
All right, number 7. This is a true or false question. Pretty 50-50. You can make me laugh if you want, but it's a 50-50 question. So true or false, there is a statue of Paddington Bear at Paddington Station. That's true or false. Is there a statue of Paddington Bear at Paddington Station?
I'm going to try and remember correctly. But
I think we talked about this on a prior episode.
Oh, you wait. You wait till we carry on.
James, did I go to Paddington Station? Do you remember?
I think
No.
you did, because when you went to France, you went from Paddington.
Oh, then yes. Okay.
And you don't know if there is or not? You
No,
were
but
there.
I didn't take the tube. I
Right.
flew.
Oh, you flew. Oh, wait, yes. Sorry, I lied.
That would be hard to get the subway to fly.
I don't think you did. No, I don't think you went to Paddington, but moving on.
Unless it's
All
the
right,
magic
sorry.
school bus.
All right, if you don't get this question right, I'm judging all of you.
Okay.
What is the name of the famous street the Beatles crossed? That is number 8. What is the name of the famous street the Beatles crossed?
I know it, and it's just escaping
That's not the
me right
answer.
now.
You
I
have
know
to answer the
that's not
question.
the answer.
At least I know I might get 2 right.
All right. Cole, have you finished writing? Eventually. Jeez. Has this been 4 hours writing on the first page of the question?
No wonder they can't talk about a movie or
So,
anything.
what is the famous sporting event held between Oxford and Cambridge universities each year? So, what is the famous sporting event held between Oxford and Cambridge universities each year?
I don't like this game.
Maniacal laugh. And number 10. Question number 10 for the end of round 1. How many hours difference is there in time between England and the United States of America?
I know. Sorry.
How many hours difference in time is there between England and the United States of America?
May I ask, since we're on English trivia, my daughter would like me to pose a question for you.
Yes.
She was wondering about Tim Tams. Is that strictly an Australian biscuit and cookie? Or
Yes, we don't have those. We have I know exactly what they are, but we call them something else, and it escapes my mind. But they are the
But
Australians.
she said, ask Fancy James if they have Tim Tams in England, since you're doing English trivia.
Okay.
All right.
Are we grading the first page,
Oh,
or
yes,
are we going
we-
to the second
No,
round?
we're going to grade this first page.
Oh,
So
boy.
pull the sheets off, pass it to the person on the right. So JL, you give to Gary. Gary, you give to Nicole. Nicole.
Do you know your left from your right?
I don't know. My right, your left. Doesn't
Then
matter.
I would pass to Gary.
Yeah. Just go wherever.
Okay, so we pass it to the left.
Since we're all left-handed, no one will be able to read
No one
each
knows.
other's-
Yeah.
No one will be able to read each other's writing.
All right. So I'm going to ask this. So maybe all 3 of you can answer.
Really?
Yes.
Being a traditional pub quiz, why are pubs called pubs?
Who wants to go first? Are we going?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, JL said public bar.
Essentially, but keep going.
Gary said because it would be silly to be called a lod. A loo. It would be silly to be called.
Gary gets half a point. You can give him half a point. JL.
Taffy Butts said because they are public drinking spots.
Yes, JL, you are. That's correct. So
Yay!
both of you guys get a point. Hurrah! First
Yes!
point. Then Gary gets half a point. All right, number 2. Name all 4 of the Teletubbies.
Seriously?
and
How the
half
hell
a
do-
point for the 5th one. Gary.
All right, JL said Tinky, Winky, Nichols, Nicolas Cage, Jeff Goldblum, and James Duncan.
He gets half a point overall. Yeah, half a point. You got 1. Well done.
Gary said Tinky Winky, Blinky, and Horny.
He gets half a point.
Okay.
All right. Nicole said Tinky Winky, Dipsy, Lala, and Poe.
She gets a whole point.
Yay!
Nicole got a
and you're
point.
asking how my sister and I are a 6-year difference. So she was watching all those kid shows, and I was old enough to actually remember what was going on.
Bonus points if you know the gay one.
They're all gay.
No, which is the one with the purple triangle?
I don't know.
Tinky Winky.
I don't know. You're asking a lot of questions now. That's my job.
Tinky Winky is purple.
You only put
Dipsy
down
is
one.
green.
Okay, way too
Lala
much. Way
is
too much
yellow,
info.
and Poe
All right,
is red.
moving on. We're not having the Teletubbies episode
Name
yet.
the current Prime Minister of England. Gary.
Well, JL said Winston Churchill.
Wrong. 0.
And Gary said Winston Churchill.
Wrong. 0. Well done, guys.
But I made him laugh.
Because
No,
you
I
did.
don't. No, because it's sad.
0.
Two of us see me.
And what did Nicole say?
Theresa May.
She's correct.
Yay! See, I pay a
I'm
little
going to
attention.
lose. I'm going to do really bad. All right, so question 4. England, Scotland, Ireland, and Wales make up the UK, but which country is not featured on the Union Jack?
Is this supposed to be Ireland or Iceland? I think you wrote Iceland.
I put Iceland because he said Ireland is included, so I couldn't say that. Just for Gary,
All
who
right, I'm
put
just making
Ireland
sure
as
I'm
his
reading it
answer,
right,
was
'cause
not paying attention to the question. Gary, you're wrong.
Gary's wrong. Correct.
Nicole put down Iceland.
And JL put down Scotland.
You're all wrong. 0 points. It's Wales. Wales are not featured on the Union
Yeah,
Jack.
I was thinking about that, but
Well,
that was
actually,
like,
if
is
you
that
want to get technical, she's actually right. Iceland is not on.
Iceland is up. Yes,
I almost
That's
wrote
0.
I almost wrote the USA because I said that's not on there either. But
All right, number 5. What is the last name of the royal family? What was the
JL wrote Union Jack.
Wrong.
Gary wrote Tudors.
Wrong.
Nicole wrote Kensington.
Wrong. You're all wrong. It's Windsor, but actually it's Mountbatten Windsor, so they don't actually have an official last name.
Huh.
I know.
Interesting.
Fun fact.
Trick question.
Number 6.
The only reason I put Kensington is because I just recently found their Instagram account where it says Kensington Royals, but I think it's Kensington Palace.
Yes.
Yeah, so I tried.
You might as well save me for last because I'm probably the only one who knows the teams like James.
All right, number 6. Name 3 Premier League soccer teams. They're football teams, but for you guys, it's soccer.
Okay. JL wrote the Patriots, the Eagles, and I can't read this last name. Oh, the Giants. No, he didn't. He wrote Chelsea FC, whatever the hell that is, Manchester United, and Arsenal.
He gets a point. What did
Yeah.
Gary write?
Manchester United, Liverpool, and Tottenham.
Tottenham.
Well, I'll give it that because it's Tottenham. Gary gets a point. What did Nicole write?
Arsenal.
You didn't even try to make me laugh. I'm disappointed.
0!
She only gave the gimme answer for you.
Next, true or false? There is a statue of Paddington Bear at Paddington Station. Gary, what did J.O. say?
True.
True.
True. That is correct. There is a
Yay.
statue of Paddington.
I'm so glad I remembered your love of Paddington Bear.
I just feel like it's a very British thing to do, like a Paddington Station. Yeah, like in King's Cross, there's platform 9 3/4. So
And there's also the Peter Pan down by Big Ben.
There
on
you
the
go.
statue. What is the name of the
wait,
famous...
I didn't see that. You didn't show me Peter Pan.
No, because we didn't
You
go
had to
down
look
the
up.
front.
Oh,
That was on the other side. I'm sorry.
oh,
Don't yell at me. I mean,
I'm
that was...
not yelling. I'm just disappointed.
What is the name of the famous street the Beatles crossed? What did J.O. say?
Abbey Road.
What did Gary say?
Chasing Cross.
Penny Lane.
I think Nicole gets half a point for being just... It is Abbey Road.
I knew it.
If I got that wrong, I'd quit
Yeah.
now and just leave.
All right, this is number 9. Well, I thought this question would be fun. What is the famous sporting event held between Oxford and Cambridge universities each year? What did JL say?
Wimbledon.
No, but half a point. What did Gary say?
Hide the salami tournament.
No, but half a point.
The World Cup.
0.
Of course.
It was the boat race. It's held on the Thames. There's a very famous old British tradition. They race each other on the Thames on boats.
Cool.
Because they're very posh
Okay.
universities.
Very posh.
All right. How many hours difference is there in time between England and the United States of America?
JL wrote 9.
5.
5.
2 of you are right. 1 of you is wrong. Points for
Yay!
you. JL, disappointed. All right. So do me a favor. Tally up the scores.
Gary has 4.5 so far.
JL has 5.
Nicole has 5.5.
Yay! I'm winning. How did that happen? Yeah, James. James is like, that wasn't the plan.
Okay. Calm it down, Taffy Butt.
All right. So we are now moving on to round...
What am I doing?
You give JL back his score sheet.
No, just leave them in a pile. It's fine. We're going to tell them up at the end.
I'm keeping.
So round 2. Who would like to read the round 2 title? Gary?
It might be popular or it might be culture.
Indeed. It's pop culture time.
Oh, you selling
Yay!
a newspaper on the side of the road there, Governor?
I'm doing my best Dick Van Dyke impersonation. Thank you very much.
So, question number 1. What are the new french fries called at Taco Bell? That is, what are the new french fries called at Taco Bell? No, they're not called It's not that kind of All right, moving on to question 2. In what month are Prince Harry and Meghan Markle getting married? It's this year, but what month are Prince Harry and Meghan Markle getting married?
This is the last round. I'm just saying that's not really pop culture.
I mean, they're very popular.
protest.
They are very popular.
They were not. I don't think they're as popular as Kate and William were. Just
I don't know.
throwing that
Meghan
out
Markle
there.
is pretty, and Prince Harry's kind of a bad boy gone good.
I think the only reason they're popular is because she was an American actress.
How about quit whining and move on? Question 3. Who is Kesha touring with this year?
I know.
Who is Kesha touring with this year?
I'm going to see her with this person in August.
All right.
I didn't think you'd be able to get Faraz to go to something like that.
I didn't. I'm going with your girlfriend.
What?
Fiance? He has a girlfriend too?
Wait a minute. What?
Which one is he going with?
Wait a minute.
Is it a girlfriend or a fiancé?
What? Question number 4. Question number 4. What is the name of the selfie kid from the Super Bowl? That's the kid that took the selfie with Justin Timberlake. Question number 4. Anybody?
I know his first name. Do I need to know his last name?
I'll give a full point if you get his first name. All right. Question 5. What TV show from the 90s came back last year and returned to our screens again last month to lots of controversy? So what TV show from the 90s came back last year and returned to our on screens again last month?
I'm thinking of a name, and I know that's not the right name.
All right. Are we ready to move on to question number 6?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh.
And hi, Nicole's mum. This is just for you. Nicole's mum once commented on a tweet that she liked, but then told me she shouldn't of. What was the tweet I posted about Nicole? JL's giggling. Gary's like, I don't do Twitter. I don't know. That's the bird thing, yeah?
Yeah, but I can make this one funny.
Exactly. This is good. Hi, Chris. We're having that downtime. Are you ready?
Yes.
Ready?
Go ahead.
All right. Question number 7, which I don't have the answer for, which is why I'm Googling it. What was the first movie Josh Gad got his break in? Josh Gad. What was the first movie he got his break in?
Oh, I know it. I can't remember the name of it.
I don't know.
And being as someone here is a fan of this show, and I'm sure we all watched it, and I don't know why it's pop culture, but it is. Friends were made up of characters Joey, Monica, Phoebe, Chandler, Ross, and Rachel. But who played the character Gunter?
Like the actor's name?
The actor's name.
No idea.
Who played the character Gunter?
I hope this one makes you laugh.
I hope so too. Okay, this is an easy one, and if you get this wrong, I'll be disappointed. Number 9, what was the name of the newest Spider-Man movie? Number 9, what was the name of the newest Spider-Man movie? And number 10. This was actually suggested by Nicole, but she didn't realize she was suggesting this question.
Oh, no, I was suggesting it. I just didn't.
What TV show premiered first, The Office or How I Met Your Mother? Which TV show premiered first, The Office or How I Met Your Mother?
Ooh. Okay.
Passing round.
Okay.
I'm trying to fill a gap because I didn't write one of the answers down. Hi, Chris. Don't believe this is really funny because obviously I did my work really well. Don't judge me.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yep, got it.
dun, 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 dun.
I was right. Okay. I'm very, very confident in what I was going to say, but I wanted to make sure. All right. Moving on to the answers for round 2. Pop culture. What are the new French fries called at Taco Bell? What did JL say?
He said nacho fries.
What did Gary say?
Dorito dudes.
Nacho fries.
Gary gets half a point, the rest of you get a point. Yay! In what month are Prince Harry and Meghan getting married? Question 2. What was the answer?
JL says, who cares?
Nicole doesn't.
May.
2 of you get a point.
Yay! Good job, Gary.
All right. Number 3. Who is Kesha touring with this year? Gary, what did
He
you
wrote Macklemore.
Correct.
Ted Nugent.
Half a point. 'Cause that's just
And Macklemore.
Yay! All right. What was the name of the selfie kid from Justin Timberlake in the Super Bowl? What did JL say?
Justin Bieber.
El douchebag.
Wrong.
Kevin.
Wrong! His name was Ryan McKenna.
Oh.
I know. Ryan, you're famous now on Podcast 42 as well, because the kid who didn't know who Justin Timberlake was. All right. What TV show from the 90s came back last year and returns to screens again this year to controversies last month?
JL wrote Roseanne, which isn't true because it comes out next month.
Aha.
X-Files.
Correct.
Will and Grace.
Wrong.
What? It did come back, and there was a lot of controversy around it.
there
But it didn't come back last year, though, did it?
Yes, it did.
And it didn't start again in January. You've got to listen to the question.
I did. You said it came out last year.
And returned to our screens in January.
Oh.
See? Got to listen to the question.
So X-Files is correct.
Indeed. Josh Gad's first film role. Oh, sorry, I've moved on. Nicole's mum. Question number 6. Nicole's mum once commented on a tweet. What was the tweet?
Jail said, you might have killed Nicole.
Correct.
You're really half Irish and half German.
Wrong, but half a point.
Killing Nicole, adopting James because he likes Star Wars.
Correct! Saying hi, Nicole's mom. That's just for you.
Hi, Mom.
Josh Gad, number 7. First film role for Josh Gad was...
Shallow Hal?
Google movie?
Giant question mark.
It was 21.
What?
Kevin Spacey movie? That was his
a
first
good-
break.
That's
Really?
right.
Yeah,
he
I
was
know.
in
Okay.
that.
I thought it was in the one where the two guys are the interns at Google.
Yes, he was, but that was after. That.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
21's really an old movie. You don't realize
That's really
It was a good movie, too.
Yeah, exactly.
With
Thank you.
Kate
That was actually
Bosworth.
a movie I watched this week.
So is that where Josh Gad got molested by Kevin Spacey?
No.
Probably. Well, moving on. 9 crumpets.
Allegedly.
21,
Allegedly.
9 crumpets. I enjoyed that. All right. So 8 was Friends. Who is the actor that played Gunter? What did JL say?
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, but half a point.
The blonde dude.
No, 0.
Daniel from work.
Who? No, 0.
Oh.
What was number 9? Spider-Man. What was the name of the new movie? What did JL say?
Homecoming.
Correct.
Homecoming.
Correct.
Homecoming.
Correct. Everyone's got a
Yay.
point. And which came first, The Office or How I Met Your Mother? Number 10.
The Office.
The Office.
Office.
Do you know what? The Office only premiered first by 5 months.
See, that's why I knew it was a good question. You could pick 2 shows that came out.
Round 3. What's round 3 called? JL. What's round 3 called?
I'm famous for what?
Oh, pause. Hang on. We didn't do the totals. What did you get for your scores?
JL got a resounding 5.5.
So did Gary.
Nicole got 6.
I'm still winning.
Nicole's still
And
winning.
still nobody cares.
I can't. This is exciting. I thought there was no way it was going to win.
All right.
I'm
It's
doing good.
round 3. There's still
So?
like 5 more rounds to go after this.
Yes,
Don't
there
be
are.
a sourpuss because you're losing.
I don't care.
Round 3. What's
Damn
it
it, I
called,
don't
JL?
care.
I'm famous for what?
Exactly.
Being a smartass?
You are famous for what? So this round is a quick fire kind of round, so I'm going to speed through this one. The person is either famous for being an actor, musician, or politician. All right? Actor, musician, politician. There are your 3 ones. All right. Number 1, Millie Bobby Brown. That is Millie Bobby Brown. Actor, singer, actor, musician, and politician. Got it?
Yep.
Number 2, Jim O'Hare. That was Jim O'Hare, number 2. Number 3, Ken Calvert. That's Ken Calvert for number 3. Number 4, it's 7 o'clock. It's 7 o'clock, but number 4 is Eugene Merman. Number 5, Dan Reynolds. Number 6, Patrick Warburton. That was Patrick Warburton. Number 7, Brian May. Number 7, Brian May. Number 8, Boris Johnson. That was Boris Johnson at number 8. I feel like I'm going through the chart right now. Number 9, Jack White. That is Jack White at number 9. And number 10, David Harbour. That's David Harbour at number 10. Pass around the paper.
Yes.
Alrighty. What is number 1? Gary, what did JL say?
JL said actor.
What did Gary say?
Musician acting like he can sing.
Half a
Actor.
It is an actor. Millie Bobby Brown is famous for being the lead in Stranger Things. Number 2, Jim O'Hare. What was he? Gary, what did JL say?
Actor.
What did Gary say?
Politician.
Politician.
He's an actor. Do you know who he is?
No.
He's in Parks and Rec. And do you know who he plays in Parks and Rec?
Jerry?
Jerry from Parks and Rec.
Because nobody knows who Jerry is.
Exactly.
JL does.
What's the actor's name?
His name is Jim O'Hare.
I should have known. I've been watching a lot of Parks and Rec recently.
Number 3, Ken Calvert. What was he?
Politician?
Actor?
Actor.
Politician. This is JL's favorite round so far. All right, this is an ode to the past. Eugene Merman. What was he?
Musician?
Musician?
Actor.
Gary, I think Nicole was right. Nicole's right. Eugene Merman is the voice of Eugene on Bob's Burgers. Where have you been?
Did you not listen to our podcast?
He was here. Number 5, Dan Reynolds. What was he?
Politician?
Wrong.
Actor?
Wrong.
Actor.
Wrong. He is the lead singer of Imagine Dragons.
Oh, that's why I don't know him.
Yep. Number 6, Patrick Warburton.
Actor.
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 Yay, everyone got a point. Number 7, Brian May.
Musician.
Yep.
Musician.
Yep.
Politician.
Musician. Oh my days.
How do you not know Queen?
Oh.
I don't-
Number 8, Boris Johnson.
Politician.
Correct.
Politician.
Correct.
Politician.
Correct.
Yay! It just sounds like a very political name.
Number 9, Jack White.
Musician.
Correct.
Musician.
Correct.
Actor. Wrong. Nicole, you suck.
Yeah,
this
you
round.
really do.
See?
And number 10, David Harbour.
Actor.
Correct.
Politician.
Politician.
Oh my days, he's an actor. JL, you think you might have just aced out that round?
No, I got 2 wrong, I think.
Yeah, 8 out of 10.
Oh, 8 out of 10.
Nicole got 4.
Gary got 4.5.
All right.
And just taking the lead right there.
I thought you didn't care, JL.
I didn't, but I just had to rub it into Nicole a little after the last comment.
All right, round 4. What's it called, Gary?
History. It's what we're made of.
Indeed. History is what we're made of. This beer is really good.
Yeah, it is.
Go to
This is the best gas station beer I've had since the one we got from Yeehaw Junction.
Indeed, which I still can't find. I've tried since. So round 4. Okay, number 1. In what year?
By the way, there's no apostrophe.
By the way, we don't care.
Apostrophe S. What we're made of.
Oh,
James, I covered for you.
Okay,
I
thank you.
know what you meant.
I'm sorry, because normally Chris does the typos, but apparently because when I do it, it becomes a big deal.
I got.
I
It's
call
what
him
we're
out
made
on his
of.
typos
All right,
all the
Grammar
time.
Police, game on.
In what year did the Berlin Wall fall? And in this, I will give you if you're within 5 years of these ones, I will give you half a point. So in what year did the Berlin Wall fall? I think Gary's writing an essay. We could be here for a while, Chris.
Yeah, because
Well,
he was
he's
there
going-
when they built it and when they tore it down.
And he's also going for the laugh points.
All right. And when did... question number 2. When did the English land on American soil? That was when did the English land on American soil? What year was that? Question number 3. Who was the 8th president of the United States of America?
8?
Who was the 8th president of
Why
the
are
United
you asking this?
Who is the 8th president of the United States of America? Because it's trivia.
Damn it, where's Elaine when you need her?
She was vice president at the time.
So who was the 8th president of the United States of America? Number 4. What year did the first Harry Potter book come out? Remember, within 5 years, you get half a point. That was what year did the first Harry Potter book come out? Number 5. What was Rudyard Kipling's famous book called? That was what was Rudyard Kipling's famous book called? And this is for Chris. Number 6 for Chris. What year did The Simpsons first premiere? That was what year did The Simpsons first premiere?
Talking actual show or on Tracy Ullman?
Tracy Ullman, the first premiere.
Same thing, 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years. All of them 5 years.
Thank goodness. That might save me.
Number 7. Who was the president when they landed on the moon? Who was the president when they landed on the moon? That's not the president who said we were going to go to the moon. That's the president who said was in office when we landed on the moon. Number 8. In what year did the Titanic sink?
I know that one. Yes.
Question number 9. Sorry, number 8 again. Sorry. What year did the Titanic sink? That was number 8. Sorry.
I was fascinated with Titanic.
That
I
doesn't
don't know
surprise
why.
me. Could you have a crush on Leo?
No, it wasn't even
She
that.
still wouldn't have made room on the door for him.
No.
It was just such a crazy story.
I know. Who could believe that he could win those tickets in a poker tournament, just barely make it on the ship?
And you remember who he won the tickets from, right? Olaf and Sven. Yeah, the 2 guys that he was
From
playing.
Frozen?
The two guys he was playing
How
poker
the hell did
against.
he win poker from a snowman and a reindeer?
He won his tickets from Olaf and Sven. I swear you.
Okay.
Go back and watch the movie.
That's actually a great setup for question number 9.
Yes,
In
how did I
what
know?
year did Walt Disney die? In what year did Walt Disney die?
Boy, I don't know.
And that was number 9. Number 10. What year was Nelson Mandela let out of jail? That was what year was Nelson Mandela let out of jail? I didn't say they were going to be easy this week. They didn't say, because we've never done this week. Ever. You
I
know.
hope you realize I'm answering these questions the same way I do my NCAA tournament bracket. Quick, fast, hoping it's right.
Yes, which is great. We will...
And me trying to keep up putting the stickers on the board. Oh, that's fantasy football. Never mind. Don't do it. All right.
I'm going to mix things up. We're going to go start with JL and go around.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Nicole's answers
What did
first.
Nicole say?
What's the first question?
Oh, sorry. And what year did the Berlin Wall fall?
1958.
She gets half a point for just comical. Oh, my days.
Was it even built then?
Nope. All right. So what did JL say? Sorry, what did Gary say?
Gary said 1985.
He gets half a point.
And
Why do
JL
you get
said
half a point?
88.
That didn't make you laugh.
half a point because it was within the 5-year brackets. It was actually
84.
It was 89. It came down.
So if you're within 5 years, you get half a point.
Yes.
If you get it right, you get a full point.
Yes, and if you
Okay,
make me
didn't
laugh, you still get
explain.
half a point.
Which I did.
I definitely explained. You just... All right.
I figured the war was ended. The two sides are coming together again after
you're a
that
dick.
point. Whoops.
You're welcome. I can't wait to hear you read this.
So when did the English land on American soil was question 2. What did Nicole say?
1492.
Wrong. Nicole?
1635.
Oh, close, but wrong.
The year Gary was born.
Half a point.
Yeah, I'll give him that half point.
1607. 1607 was the answer. Okay, number 3 was, who was the 8th president of the United States of America? What did Nicole say?
Andrew Jackson.
Wrong.
Adams.
Wrong.
Adams.
Wrong. It was
Which
Martin.
Adams?
Samuel Adams.
You were-
Wrong, but yeah, all right. I'll give you half a point. It was Martin Van Buren.
Nobody remembers
Exactly.
him.
That's why I picked him. So, what year did the first Harry Potter book come out?
Nicole, this is wrong.
I know.
And it's 2002 you wrote.
Wrong.
1998.
Wrong. But half a point.
And Jail said 97.
Correct. That's a point. And 97 will. Sorry. What was Nicole say?
2002.
She's within the 5 years, just so she gets half a point. So it was June 26, 1997.
I think she got the first movie, at least.
So number 5, Rudyard Kipling was famous for a book. What was the book called?
What's your poo telling you?
No. You bring that up every week. No. 0. What did Gary say?
The Jungle Book.
Correct.
And Jail said Jungle Book.
Correct. Okay, so what year did The Simpsons first premiere?
1992.
Wrong.
1989.
Correct.
So
And
I'm
Dale had
within.
99.
Hey, wait a
Hang
second.
on, a half a point? Yes, breathe, lady.
And he got 89 too.
Correct, so 1, 1 and a half. And who was the president when we landed on the moon?
Kennedy.
Wrong. He was the
Nixon.
president who announced it. We're going to the moon. Nixon, correct.
And Johnson.
Wrong. We went for Austin Powers, but wrong.
Whoops.
Okay. Now, and what year did the Titanic sink? JL, what did she say?
1912.
Correct.
1912.
Correct.
1927.
Wrong.
April 15th, 1912. It hit the iceberg April 14th, 1912.
God.
She did
Wow.
know it. Wait
Thank
for the
you,
Titanic,
James Cameron.
So, in what year did Walt Disney die?
1970.
Gets half a point.
1966.
Correct.
69.
Half a point. And last, by no means least, Nelson Mandela. When did he get let out of jail?
2005.
Half a point for being so wrong. Do you even know who Nelson Mandela is?
I do, but I feel like it wasn't that long ago. Like, I was at least...
That long ago.
You weren't even born. That's what I'm going to tell you.
1995?
Wrong, but he gets half a point.
Why does he get half a point?
Because I'm going to give you the answer and you'll find out.
And he had 95 too.
So there you go.
92?
It was actually 1990.
Okay.
I
Oh,
know.
you're right. I was not born.
You weren't born. Let's do some totaling up, kids, and move on.
Gary got 6.5 points.
Well done, Gary.
Jail got 5.5 points.
Well done, JL.
Nicole got 2.5.
Do I get a half a point for making you laugh at my bad score?
Wow.
When you're done listening to this, here is something else you can sink your ear holes into.
Trivia Geeks, the Unpredictable Game Show podcast, is back with a brand new season. They've got a new host, new games, and a new day and time. But that's not all. Now you can download their companion app, Triv Now, and play along in real time. Watch Carrie on YouTube as she tries to convince her partner that his Dark Knight hasn't risen in years. Listen on Diamond Club and Alpha Geek Radio, Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. You can also follow the show on Facebook and Twitter and get all the latest updates and showtimes.
This is Jack DeVos and Joe Jewett from the Over the Line show on iHeartRadio. And you're listening to Podcast 42, hosted by What's-His-Face and the Other Guy, featuring the one dude who does that thing.
So, this round is called, Gary.
Who said this? Nicolas Cage, Jeff Goldblum, or President Cleveland? No to
Chris DeVos.
Yes, this is Chris DeVos, who wanted to chip in whilst he was locked in Jeff Goldblum's dungeon. He wanted to write some questions.
You also forgot an S on his name.
Who?
Chris DeVos.
Oh, life happens. Sorry, Chris. So Chris being Chris refused to give me 10. He gave me 11. So this round's a little bit different. It's 11 questions on this one. All right.
Can we just do the initials?
No.
Oh, yeah, you can do initials.
Yeah,
That's
like
fine.
NC, JB, and C.
PC.
Yeah.
Because who wants to be PC?
Not us. Okay, number 1. People work harder when conditions are worse. People work harder when conditions are worse. Number 2. I think what makes people fascinating is conflict. It's drama. It's the human condition. Nobody wants to watch perfection. Who said? I think it's what makes people fascinating. It's conflict. It's drama. It's human condition. Nobody wants to watch perfection. Number 3. I've always maintained my... sorry, I'm going to start that again. I've always maintained that I see myself as a student. There's always something to learn and to be challenged and hopefully grow from. That is, I've always maintained that I see myself as a student. There's always something to learn and be challenged by and hopefully grow from. Who said that? Next, number 4. No man has ever yet been hanged for breaking the spirit of the law. I actually found a 12th one Chris had hidden in that question. This is great. So who said that? No man has ever yet been hanged for breaking the spirit of the law. Number 5. I have tried so hard to do right. I have tried so hard to do right. Who said that? Number 6. It's best not to stare at the sun during an eclipse. Who said it's best not to stare at the sun during an eclipse?
Not Donald Trump.
You wasted maybe half a point there, Nicole. Moving on.
When you lose by half a point, we know why.
Picasso said, art is a lie that tells the truth. What if you just want to tell the truth and not lie about it? Who said? Picasso said, art is a lie that tells the truth. What if you just want to tell the truth and not lie about it? Number 8. Someday I will be...
we can't go a week without James not being able to read something.
Yes, someday, number 8. Someday I will be better remembered. That is... Number 8. Someday I will be better remembered. Number 9. I love the ocean. Boats, not so much. Number 9. I love the ocean. Boats, not so much. Number 10. I am not a demon. I am a lizard, a shark, a heat-seeking panther. I want to be Bob Denver on acid playing the accordion. Yes, thank you, Chris. I am not a demon. I am a lizard, a shark, a heat-seeking panther. I want to be Bob Denver on acid playing the accordion. Who said that? Number 11, because I didn't see number 12, because it was in another sentence. The end of the world is on people's minds. We have the power to destroy or save ourselves. But the question is, what do you do with that responsibility? Number 11...
Is there a number 12?
No, we're not having a 12 because I missed it. Number 11 again. The end of the world is on people's minds. We have the power to destroy or save ourselves, but the question is, what do you do with that responsibility? Along with passing round. Okie dokie. Gary, start me off. Who said people work harder when conditions are worse?
President Cleveland.
Wrong.
President Cleveland.
Wrong.
Cleveland.
It was Jeff Goldblum.
Sorry, Chris.
Number 2, I think what makes people fascinating is conflict, it's drama, it's the human condition. Nobody wants to watch perfection. Who said that?
Jeff Goldblum?
Wrong.
Nicolas Cage?
Correct.
Oh, Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
Yay!
Number 3, I've always maintained that I see myself as a student. There's always something to learn and to be challenged by and hopefully grow from. Who said that?
Nicolas Cage?
Correct.
Jeff Goldblum.
Wrong.
Goldblum.
Wrong. No man has ever yet been hanged for breaking the spirit of the law. Who said that?
President Cleveland?
Correct.
President Cleveland.
Correct.
Cleveland.
Correct. And hidden in this one, which just for bonus, because I didn't see this. It's an important fact of life or war. Who said that? Just answer me.
Cage.
Goldblum.
Cage.
It was Goldblum, but no points. I have tried so hard to do. I have tried so hard to do right. Who said that?
Nicolas Cage.
Wrong.
Nicolas Cage.
Wrong.
Goldblum.
Wrong. It was President Grover Cleveland.
That sounds about right.
Number
actually.
6. It's best not to stare during the sun at the eclipse. Who said that?
Nicolas Cage.
Wrong.
Jeff Goldblum.
Correct.
Nicolas Cage.
It was Jeff Goldblum. Come on, it's Chris's one. All right.
That's why I guessed a lot of Nicolas Cage.
Picasso said, art is a lie that tells the truth. What if you just want to tell the truth and not lie at all? Who said that?
Jeff Goldblum.
Wrong.
Nicolas Cage.
Correct.
Picasso.
Wrong.
Well, you said Picasso says. Technically, it's right.
Wrong. He said the first part.
So Nicolas Cage was the answer.
It was. Number 8. Someday I will be better remembered.
Nicolas Cage.
Wrong.
Nicolas Cage.
Wrong.
Jeff Goldblum.
Wrong. It was President Cleveland. Number
We're
9.
good at this one.
Number 9. I think number 10 is my favorite. Number 9 is good. I love the ocean. Boats, not so much. Who said that?
Jeff Goldblum.
Correct.
Jeff Goldblum.
Correct.
Goldblum.
Correct.
How the hell did we all get that one?
I don't know, but I am not a demon. I am a lizard. I am a shark. I am a heat-seeking panther. I want to be Bob Denver on acid, play the accordion. Who said that?
Nicolas Cage.
Correct.
Chris DeVos.
Half a point.
Nicolas Cage.
Correct.
So my second choice was Charlie Sheen.
And number 11, to end the round, the end of the world is on people's minds. We have the power to destroy or save ourselves, but the question is what you do with that responsibility, Gary.
President Cleveland.
Wrong.
Jeff Goldblum.
Wrong.
Jeff Goldblum.
It was Nicolas Cage.
Oh boy. 1, 2, 3, 4,
JL
5.
got a resounding 4 points.
Yay.
5.5 for Gary.
Yay.
4 for Nicole.
Oh, there's going to be I think it's going to get tough, but it moves on. This round changes a bit. Death round.
Death round. Woohoo.
Past podcast 42 knowledge. I was drunk during most of those.
Oh, I'm so
Exactly.
excited.
As we are podcast 42, we will be doing questions on podcast 42.
This should be fun.
They are broken down into different points per section.
We have a clue where Chris is. He is brought to you by our fearless leader who is listing, which means he's on a boat because it's leaning to the side.
Yes, he's listing. Okay, he's listing somewhere. All right, so question number 1. It's worth 2 points. In episode 28, Lemon Tags, Chris used to skip what in order to watch this movie? So that is in episode 28, Lemon Tags, Chris used to skip what in order to watch this movie? There's 2 answers, 2 points. So he used to skip 2 things to watch this movie. Alrighty, question 2 worth 2 points again. In episode 29, Teenage Hump Day, what 2 superheroes were featured in fan fiction theater? So in episode 29, Teenage Hump Day, what 2 superheroes were featured in fan fiction theater? That was one of my favorites as well.
Wow.
You remember it too, you can't think of it.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Teenage Hump Day. Damn, that's so long ago.
I know. 2 answers, Nicole. Go quick, because we're moving on to question 3. In episode 30, Derpy. That's all we have to say. What website is Shower Thoughts taken from? That was in episode 30, Derpy.
What is what taken from?
What website is Shower Thoughts taken from?
Shower Thoughts.
Yes, what website did it come from?
I remember we just talked about this.
Mm-hmm. And that was worth 1 point. So, question 4, 1 point again. In episode 31, Florida Hates Licorice. What was the homework? That was in episode 31, Florida Hates Licorice. What was the homework? And we're moving on to question 5 of round number something or other, because I can't remember. This is a 2-point question. In episode 33, Big Brother, part 2, when this character was voted off, JL lost it. Who was this character, and who was the character that stayed instead? So in episode 33... Big Brother Part 2, when this character was voted off, JL lost it. He went crazy. Who was this character, and who was the character that stayed instead? JL's face is like, oh man, I can't remember nothing.
I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, Chris. I'm not happy with you right now.
So, number 6 is a 1-point question. In episode 35, the narrative of Ernest P. Worrell Part 2, Ernest went on this talk show which is no longer words are really tough. In episode 35, the narrative of Ernest P. Worrell Part 2, Ernest went on this talk show which is no longer around. Who was the host? And number 7, worth 1 point again. In episode 36, the Christmas and Hanukkah computer crash special, what is Catalonia's Christmas tradition? That is, what is Catalonia's Christmas tradition in episode 36?
This should be a 2-pointer. This is a 2-pointer, not a 1.
Are you thinking the same one I am?
Yep, this is a 1-point question.
I'm writing 2. And I want 2 points for it.
In episode 37, sorry, question number 8. In episode 37, Real and Weird Books on Amazon, what was the name of the farting dog? In episode 37, Real and Weird Books, what was the name of the farting dog?
I know this because I got it for Christmas. Thank you, Aaliyah.
In episode 38, The History of Nickelodeon, Part 1, what is the name of the first cable company started in Ohio? Sorry. In episode 38, The History of Nickelodeon Part 1, what is the name of the first cable company it started on? in Ohio. All right, we're on to number 10. Number 10. This is a 3-pointer. In episode 40, The Making of Star Wars: A New Hope, what made-up character names did Chris invent for George Lucas' first screenplay draft? This is in episode 40, The Making of Star Wars: A New Hope. What made-up character names did Chris invent for George Lucas's first screenplay? 3 answers on this one.
I have a lot of these blank. I feel guilty.
Oh, you're a poor fan.
I am.
All right, we're going to go on to number 11. At least try and make me laugh, Nicole.
No, there's
I
only 10.
can't.
What do you mean there's only 10?
There's
Turn
only
the
10.
page, Gary.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Gary didn't realize that this carried on. This is a super round. A super round. Yes.
Death match, I forgot. Okay.
Number 11, 1.1. In the episode 41, The Dark History of Sea Monkeys and Pockets, what weird thing did women carry in their homemade pockets under their skirts? So, in episode 41, The Dark History of Sea Monkeys and Pockets, what weird thing did women carry in their pockets under their skirts?
I remember this one.
Yay!
See, this one I get.
Well, hopefully, this is a question for you on number 12.
Perfect. That's what I need.
Because in episode 42, it was the fandom of Bob's Burgers Part 1.
Bob's Burgers.
Who can be seen with a disapproving look in the window of the pest control van in the show's opening? Do you know the question? Okay. In the episode 42, the fandom of Bob's Burgers Part 1, who can be seen with a disapproving look in the window of the pest control van in the show's opening? That was a long question for 1 point. All right.
I can.
Okay. 10 seconds.
Sorry for all this editing, Chris.
It's fun.
We miss you.
In episode... Question number 13. In episode 44, The History of the Royal Rumble. What year was the first Royal Rumble? What year was the first Royal Rumble? Was question number 13. All right. We're going to move on to question number 14, which is worth 1 point. In episode 45, The Narrative of Tim Curry. What was the name of the play in which Curry played King Richard? So that is in episode 45, The Narrative of Tim Curry. What was the name of the play in which Curry played King Richard? Only you could see them, Chris. The blank faces, the panic looks, the fear. We're going to move on to question 15. So, question 15, in episode 46, The History of Pink Floyd. Who did David Gilmour replace? That was in episode 46, The History of Pink Floyd. Who did David Gilmour replace?
Since you're going to edit this out, this hasn't been released and I wasn't here, so there's no way I could possibly answer this. Just saying, this is kind of unfair.
Common knowledge.
For some people.
Yeah.
So, number 16. In episode 47, The Narrative of Mel Brooks. What movie did Richard Pryor help Mel Brooks write? That was in episode 47. The Narrative of Mel Brooks. What movie did Richard Pryor help Mel Brooks write? And that was worth a 1 point as well. And our final question of the evening for our first ever podcast 42 pub quiz. Worth 100 points, but you have to be bang on. It has to be 100% correct. On what date was the very first podcast 42 released? On what date was the first podcast 42 released? I will give you a clue. It was last year.
No shit, Sherlock.
Well done. A British reference or the British pub quiz. All right, so this round was long. It was drawn out. It was wonderful. And we still have to go through the answers. Has everybody finished their sheets?
Sure, yeah, because I don't care what I get.
Hold on.
I have a lot of
Gary's going
answers.
for it. Gary's still writing. It's like pencils down. All right.
I'm gonna be Tina.
Question 1. Episode 28 is Lemon Tags. Chris used to skip in episode 28, Lemon Tags, Chris used to skip what in order to watch this movie? What did Chris used to skip?
DVD previews for the FBI warning.
Half a point. Next.
Sex and pizza.
Half a point, but no.
Work and Better Off Dead.
No, but half a point. It was Church and the Fantastic Voyage.
Is that cool as Fantastic Voyage?
No, it was the old Fantastic Voyage in black and white, I think.
Oh, that's no fun.
Question 2, in episode 29, Teenage Hump Day, what 2 superheroes were featured in fan fiction theater? JL?
Captain America and Batman.
Wrong.
Supergirl and Batgirl.
Correct.
Wow.
Batman and Robin.
And half a point.
Good job, Gary.
I know.
We didn't even get that.
And number 3, Derpy. And what website was Shower Thoughts taken from? What website was Shower
Reddit.
Thoughts? It was Reddit.
Masturbation Monthly.
Half a point.
Pornhub.
Half a point. Number 4, Florida hates licorice. In episode 31, what was the homework?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Pick your nose or your friend's nose.
Half a point.
Question mark.
No, it was Captain My Captain.
Ah.
Yeah, that one went over
I
really
didn't
well.
participate in that. That's why.
All right, in episode 33, which both of you participated in, the Big Brother game, part 2. Is when this character was voted off, JL lost it. Who was the character and who was the character that stayed? JL?
Oh, was it part 1 or part 2?
It was part 2.
Okay. She just wrote down Big Brother and Zac Efron stayed.
She can have half a point for Zac Efron. No, she can have 1 point for Zac Efron.
Okay. Yay.
Or who did Gary said?
It says Indiana Jones and Justin Bieber.
Wrong. 0.
Kilgrave and Zac Efron.
Correct. 2 points for JL.
Yeah, I could not remember who it was that went
I had
home.
to remember you said part 2 because in part 1 I flipped my shit when The Rock got voted off and Zac Efron stayed.
It was part 2. So in question number 6, in episode 35, the narrative of Ernest P. Worrell, part 2. Ernest went on this talk show, which is no longer around. Who was the host?
Ed Sullivan.
Wrong.
Jerry Springer.
Wrong.
Barbara Walters?
Wrong. It was Chevy Chase.
Uh.
In that famous Chevy Chase show.
I try to forget the Chevy Chase show. It was that bad.
So number 7, episode 36, the Christmas Hanukkah computer crash spectacular. What special? Sorry, not spectacular. What is the Catalonia's Christmas tradition, JL?
It's blank.
Wow.
Sorry. Gary wrote Poop Log and Poop Man.
he gets the point because it was
A point and a half. I made you laugh.
Okay. I'll give him
What?
that. I'll give him that because the Poop Man was essentially it because Gary then went home and went, I need a one!
Poop log.
The Poop Log! It was the Christmas Poop Log!
Which we are doing next year at our Christmas party.
Your Poop Log?
We are buying a poop log and we're going to
I'm
going
going
to
to go make one before your party.
All right. Number 8, in episode 37, Real and Weird Books on Amazon. What was the name of the farting dog, JL?
Marshall.
No, but he is a farting dog.
Walter.
It was Walter!
And Wilbur.
No, Walter. Close, JL. Close. Number 9, in episode 38, the history of Nickelodeon Pop.
You're killing me on these.
What
Nicole.
is the name of the first cable company it started in Ohio?
I got a blank one.
Oh, that was not the company.
I know. Why am I in Ohio Cable Company?
Because that's where Chris was.
And Fox News.
Nope, Cube!
Ah.
Yep, we don't remember that one. All right, on to question 10. 3 points for this one. In episode 40, The Making of Star Wars: A New Hope, what made-up character names did Chris invent for George Lucas's first screenplay? JL?
Oh, I got nothing.
0.
Shocker. Gary said, incest is best, never tell me the odds, and give the Wookiee a wedgie.
I'll give him half.
JL had Luke Starkiller, the Star Wars.
Nope, that's it.
That's it.
Oh, it was Poopy Pickup Sticks, Derpy, and Ding Ding Dongus.
Derpy.
He used Derpy. How did you forget Derpy again? Number 11, in episode 41, the dark history of sea monkeys and pockets.
That's his name.
What weird thing did women used to carry in their homemade pockets under their skirts?
Cake!
Cake!
Benoit balls.
Half a point. Cake. It was cake. Cake in the kitchen. Number 12, in episode 42, the fandom of Bob's Burgers, part 1. Who can be seen with a disapproving look in the window
I'm
of the
mad at
pest control
myself.
van for the show's opening?
I
JL, it
forgot
was...
his name. Jimmy Pesto.
It is Jimmy Pesto.
Mike Penne.
Nope.
Pence.
Oh, Pence. Mike Pence.
That would be, Penne would have been funnier, but it's
Yes.
0.
Okay.
I was giving
Italian
you the benefit
restaurant
of the
owner.
doubt.
It wasn't. It was Jimmy Pesto, but yes,
I
you were
was
correct.
giving you
but
the
no.
benefit of the
I
doubt
know.
with Penne.
I
No.
forget his name.
All right, in episode 44, question 13, episode 44, the history of the Royal Rumble. Well, what year was the first Royal Rumble, JL?
1492.
No.
What does your poop say about you?
1985.
No.
1988.
It was 1988. Who got that right, JL? Number 14, in episode 45, the narrative of Tim Curry. What was the name of the play in which Curry starred to playing King Richard?
Tim Curry.
No.
I was giving myself notes so when I can
Oh.
go back and look at the question.
You said
well,
Tim Curry.
Too bad I took that as the answer.
Yes.
That's fine. It was the
You
blink
put
is
nothing
better
else
than
down,
nothing.
so it will be the
Curry.
play known as Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry is better than no answer.
His name was Tim Curry. King Richard, he was playing in the play Tim Curry. Next, what was JL? So Gary's answer.
Gary said Hamlet.
No, Gary's going to kick himself.
Lionheart?
No, it was Spamalot.
Oh.
It was.
Wait a minute. Yeah, we
Spamalot.
both are. Cause,
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, you
man.
went- So number 15.
I thought it was like right after he left like Rocky Horror and Hair and
Was trying to go serious.
yes, that was how I took that's how I took the question. Otherwise,
Whoops.
Number 15 in episode 46, the history of Pink Floyd. Who did David Gilmour replace? Who did
Justin Bieber.
No,
David Hasselhoff.
no, but half a point.
Les Nessman.
No, it was Sid Barrett. Yes, Jay was mad himself again.
See, I wasn't even here,
So stop
and
complaining.
I didn't.
In
Comment down Barroom
question-
Trivia who said she was going to win.
Question
half a point.
There's
16.
still a shot.
And I got a half a point for Hasselhoff. At least I got a laugh.
Question 16 in episode 47, the narrative of Mel Brooks. What movie did Richard Pryor help Mel Brooks write? JL?
Blazing Saddles.
Correct.
Blazing Saddles.
Correct.
History of the World Part 1.
Oh.
Dude,
Was I here?
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
All right, and then
Given the
for,
time that it came out and everything like that, I'm just basing it on, when was Richard Pryor big? Oh, that's right.
question 17, the bonus super question. On what date was the very first Podcast 42 released?
March 15th.
Wrong.
February 2nd.
So close, but wrong.
March 17th.
Wrong. It was Valentine's Day,
Aw.
February 14th, 2017.
Oh.
We are so close to being a year old. And that wraps up. I now need you to tally up the scores for this one. And we're going to take a quick little pause, and we'll come back with the scores.
7.5.
5.5 for Nicole.
6.5 for jail.
All right.
I
and
think
then
I'm going to win.
we're going to take
think
all the
I'm
papers
gonna
up
win.
right now, and we'll get back to you with the grades overall.
Woohoo. I have my score.
Got 1 billion points.
Oh, man.
Doubtful. Well, nobody got the bonus 100 points at the end, so.
There is no bonus 100 points winner, so we know there is still a game on right here. All right.
Who's
Scores
gonna go
are
first?
in. We are going to start ladies first. Who did you
Me.
grade?
Gary.
Nicole, who did you grade?
I graded myself. We all graded ourselves.
Oh, you graded yourselves.
Well,
Oh,
we counted ourselves.
We
You counted.
tallied up our collective points
Okay, so-
that other people graded for us, and it was
So,
very
Nicole,
fair.
what did you score?
I know I lost, but 27.5.
27.5 for Nicole.
Gary?
34. What'd you get?
So close, Gary.
34 and a half?
You came so close.
35.
That's what she said.
34.5.
Winner! The champion by half a point. JL is our champion for the first ever Podcast 42 pub quiz.
Yay!
I want a
Good
rematch.
job. Cheers to that.
Cheers
With
to
his-
everyone. And talking
he's
about
having-
cheers, we need to rate this beer, kiddos. Rate this beer.
I'm going to do a Keely. I'm drunk. It's a 6.
It's pretty good. I'll give it a 5.
I'm with her. It's a 5. Nice, good flavor.
Yeah, it's not too hoppy. It's not too bitter or anything like that. It's pretty smooth.
And I'm with a 6. So, Keely, thank you for bringing us beer on your travels from across the state. We have an email coming in, Nicole.
Yes, if you'd like to email us, it's podcast42show@gmail.com. That's podcast42show@gmail.com. And Harry emailed us and asked, what do you think is the best food to eat in the car? What does everybody think is the best
Tacos.
food to eat? No, it's a messy food to eat in the car.
Obviously, you don't know how to eat tacos.
No, I don't. I don't
Spaghetti
practice
and
in
meatballs.
that.
Spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh, boy. You guys are, like, going for the
So,
really
like,
funny
I've
answers.
tried so many times with tacos, and they make such a mess. I always think the safest one is, like, an Egg McMuffin. They're like, that's the safe bet.
Honestly, in all seriousness, probably chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Breakfast burritos are easy. Because
French
they're all wrapped
fries.
up. I like breakfast burritos.
I just think French fries are easy. And see, this is okay, but I
Your hands
also
get greasy, then they slip on the wheel. You smash into another car, and
well,
that's
I've
it.
also tried to do chicken nuggets, but the problem is with like chicken nuggets, you
You
need
don't
the
need
dipping you need the dipping sauce, and then that gets messy. So I'm back and forth with
So
me.
you're saying not chicken nuggets?
No French fries.
French fries for
French
Nicole.
fries for
JL.
Nicole.
Tacos.
I'm saying Egg McMuffin.
Breakfast burritos.
All right, there
No,
we
it's
go.
really chicken nuggets.
The chicken nuggets. Also, this week, I did watch many movies, my favorite being Captain Underpants.
Wow.
Is that why you're sitting here in your underpants now?
Indeed. That is what I am wearing.
Which was quite uncomfortable during the quiz. It's quite distracting.
The cape hit a lot, but I thought it was an apron. He had to explain that it was a cape to me during one of our technical difficulties.
So I wasn't familiar with the Captain Underpants books. Didn't realize they were a book series. I just put it on one night. And I sat there and thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and I recommend it highly. I'm going to give it 9 crumpets.
Out of
12?
Yeah, it was really
9
enjoyable.
out of 12.
It was a really enjoyable movie.
Wow.
And I sat there and went, they did a really
In your
good job.
underpants,
Yeah.
watching it.
I actually was naked.
Oh, boy.
So I was Captain Naked in my
Where
own
were you sitting? Because I'm going to move over.
Oh, don't worry. We're not in that room.
Okay.
Yes, you're not in that room.
Tara, you might want to get off the couch.
And so that leads us to the end of another podcast 42.
This was wonderful. I enjoyed the game.
And as we said, if you did get all the way through and you played, let us know how you scored. You can let us know where, Nicole?
Podcast42show@gmail.com, or you could find us on Facebook at the official Podcast 42 Show group page. It will ask you to join if you're not already a member, and we will accept anybody. We just ask that you tell us how you found us, and then we will accept you, and you can be part of all the fun and endless memes that happen every single day.
769 members this morning.
Yes.
So are we now off on a quest
780.
to rescue Chris from the dragon in the castle?
Yes, he's at Jeff Goldblum's house.
In his sexy
So
Jeff
he doesn't
Goldblum
want to be
outfit?
saved.
He doesn't want to be saved.
Oh.
Then more beer.
And then, indeed, more beer. What's your name?
Gary Winograd.
What's your name?
Nicole Fasone.
What's your name?
I think I'm still JL.
You are still JR. I'm still James Duncan. Thank you for listening to Podcast 42, and goodbye.
Bye.
Shalom.
You are no longer listening to Podcast 42.
Some of the stuff you just heard might have been embellished, made up, or just plain incorrect. In other words, don't use this show to write a book report with. You will get a bad grade. Just like all the hosts.
But I'm not done yet!
JL's Beer Cooler is written and performed by Cremo. Cremo is an award-winning actor and musician. For all things Cremo, including more great music, visit Cremo.com. That's spelled CRAYMO. He is on Twitter at Cremo. Facebook, just search Cremo Music, and also on YouTube under, you guessed it, Cremo.